Maclunky.
Welcome to round 3 Swiss of the SGC Columbus Star Wars Unlimited 2K, brought to you by Maclunky Gaming. Today we have Quinn versus George. Joining us with expert commentary are Tower number 9 and Endless. Enjoy the match.
And here we go. They are setting up for round 3 here, and it looks like we are going to have, I believe, a Sabine ECL taking on Jango Tarkintown. So we've seen some losses for Jango Tarkintown in the first 2 rounds. In this third round, I tend to think this as actually more of a favored matchup for our Jango player. What do you think about that, Endless?
Yeah, I think it will be. So I don't know how this Sabine player is structuring their deck. I do think that, like, I just don't know what Jango does against the 5-6-7 of Poe and Wrecker. Like, I think those are big plays for Sabine. I think Ambush is huge here because you can get your damage off before Jango taps you down. I don't know, like the pink, like, it really depends on who has the initiative. I think that's really what's going on here. Because, like, if Jango has initiative, right, Jango does the tap down and then does some damage to you. And that process just repeats over and over again.
Yeah, I think it's a I think also when you're playing that Sabine, I do think that you don't want to see that Tarkintown ISB agent combo on the first turn. You know, that can
No,
really set you
certainly.
behind.
Right, because
And
you're gonna, like, play a Marine and then they're gonna Tarkintown you.
yeah, or you know, actually, I think essentially every unit that these Sabine decks play dies to the ISB Tarkentown combo. There
Yeah.
are a few units in the game that don't. So, in particular, if you had a cunning Sabine, you might play L3, who is shielded and therefore will survive that combo. Shout out to Rebel Resource, by the way, for recommending that I play L3 in Cunning Sabine. I do think she's a cool inclusion there.
Yeah.
But yeah, the most units in the game will die to the turn 1 ISB agent Tarkentown combination. All right, Quinn has resourced. George is still thinking about it. And it looks like George is actually going to go for a mulligan this time. Wait, don't kill me says L3 is super good, even better with CAD units running around these days. Oh yeah, L3's rescue ability actually does something now that people are playing a card that has capture. The
Yeah,
funny
I'm
thing about L3 is she's so good that people were playing her even when the capture mechanic was almost totally unused competitively. But maybe she'll get some extra value now that people are using that Cad Bane legendary.
I've been thinking about L3 even in my Han deck for that reason.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. She's you know, she's not at a I mean, okay. I can't say she's not amazing because she is. It's just that Han Green is a very tight deck.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
like
and
the
so it's
smuggle
tough.
on her also.
Yes,
And
absolutely.
chat, some people were wondering if this was George the Hulk. It is not George the Hulk. It is a different George player. Quinn is going to lead us off with a Green Squadron A-Wing, and George just takes the initiative. Not only does he not have the ISB agent for the Tarkentown combo, he doesn't even have a turn 1 play.
So he
Might have
bricks
been a
his
bad
mulligan.
mulligan for George. We did see him take that mulligan, and it looks like he now has a 2-cost unit, a Merc gunship, but I think he only saw it in his in the 2 cards that he just drew. P38 damaging the P38 coming into play, damaging the Green Squadron A-Wing, and Jango's ping the ping from the P38 used to exhaust with Jango. It looks like Quinn maybe having that interaction explained to him there by George. I wonder if that means that Quinn is not as familiar with what this Jango deck can do. Just a random poser says he had a Kylo's tie, though. That's interesting. I wonder if he opted to wait for the next turn on purpose. I personally probably would have played the Kylo's tie, but I'm also not an expert on this build. Looks like George is then going to use his Tarkintown to defeat the A-Wing, and Quinn, after playing Red 3, interestingly does use Sabine's ability here. I think I maybe would have taken the initiative instead of using Sabine's ping. I think I would rather have gotten the swing in with that Red 3. Or he could potentially play out the General Dodonna that he has in hand, which would take Red 3 out of range No, it would still die to the when defeated ping. Actually, that wouldn't work.
Right.
But I think I would rather have just taken initiative and swung. To be honest with you, I don't like Sabine's ping when it loses you initiative. On the plus side, George taking this trade does mean that the damage from the P-38's when defeated effect is wasted. So that's probably beneficial for Quinn.
Certainly.
Sabi-
And I mean, it was like we were saying going into the game. It was like whoever has initiative, it's really important. Look, no good to be dead on Sabine. There we go.
Yeah, Sabine hits the field and is immediately exhausted by No Good to Me Dead, and then Quinn plays out that Dodonna that we were discussing earlier.
I see a shoot first in Django's hand.
There is that Kylo's Tie Silencer. The question is he going to play it?
There it is.
Based on what I saw from the chat, it may well be that he didn't play that Kylo's Tie Silencer on the first turn despite having it. Rolling with Advantage 20 says you should put Star Wars in the stream title. It's hard to search for. I am not managing the stream title, but that does seem like a good suggestion. Star Wars and maybe even Star Wars Unlimited there could help. And Maclunky Gaming says you got it. I believe that's Claire there. Thank you for your support, Claire. Very much appreciated. This stream would not be possible if not for Claire and Titanic making it all happen with the support and with the camera setup and so on. Much appreciated. Wait, don't kill me says I'm not up to date on set 3 Green Bean. Is Dodonna standard for a lot of people? Dodonna wasn't a widely played card, as I understand it, for Green Sabine at the end of set 2, but I'm not sure how people have adapted their decks for set 3.
Fleet Lieutenant on Dodonna for 6 into base. Seems good.
That's a big hit. And Dodonna now buffing both that Fleet Lieutenant and Sabine herself. Sabine now a 3/6 and the Fleet Lieutenant a 4/4. This is notable because Jango would normally be able to clear this Fleet Lieutenant with an attack, but in this situation he actually isn't because it has +1 HP from Dodonna.
Yeah, we keep coming up on these. Shoot first from Django to clear Dodonna. I
Shoot
love
first.
that.
Django clears Dodonna and doesn't take damage while doing it. Nice play.
Shoot first.
Then
Such
3
a good
damage to the
card.
base from Kylo's Tie Silencer.
Giving a unit first strike and +1 is really important in a lot of matchups. And like we've been discussing all morning, it's all about breakpoints.
Rodney Stubbs and RIP Jim LaHaye in chat saying that Dodonna was a great mirror breaker in set 1. Yeah, I tend to agree with that. I think Dodonna was a highly relevant card in Sabine mirrors in the first set and fell off some with the second set as people saw more options. But Contrapulator suggests it's what people played before Darksaber, so now that upgrade hate is prevalent, he's come back. Yeah, that's an interesting idea. I personally was not playing Dodonna, but I was also playing Cunning Sabine. So
That was
I could
ECL
see
Wrecker.
ECL Wrecker resource defeated there. And I think this is going to be the ambush on Jango. 5 damage from Wrecker's when played ability, and then it looks like he
It's
tried to send that damage to the Tie Silencer. That isn't valid.
yeah.
Yeah,
I
it's
think
got
here
to be Jango. It's got to
you
be a
send the
gravity.
damage to you send the damage to Django, and then you overwhelm Django.
That's right, and that is what ended up happening there. So that's gonna be 5 damage to Jango. Then the ambush for 7 damage is going to end up scoring 5 damage with overwhelm. I can't tell if they've put damage on Wrecker, but he should take 3 damage in that encounter as well. It does also get Jango off the field, which means those exhaust tactics are not going to be in effect this turn, because he goes back to the leader zone exhausted. And so even if we see an ISB agent or other source of pings, it is not going to slow down Sabine and this Fleet Lieutenant this turn.
Yeah, and Django looking dangerously low already, sub 10 life.
Oh yeah, that
Juncture.
Wrecker hit hard.
Yeah,
Quinn has
ECL
taken
Wrecker.
8 damage. There's going to be 17 HP left on Quinn's base, but Quinn has inflicted a mighty 18 damage, leaving George on 7 HP. George is close to the edge. In fact, if George does anything here that doesn't kill Wrecker, Quinn can just take initiative and potentially win in one action. It's a surprise strike to the base. 5 damage to the base. Cheer Up Emo Kids says, just took 5 damage from the 3-3. I did not see that. It is possible that they added up the damage incorrectly. Wrecker should also have 3 damage on him himself. Not entirely sure what's going on there. They might have the correct value on the pad, but not the correct value on the dice. That does happen sometimes when players are keeping track of life totals across multiple different sources.
Medal ceremony. That's huge.
Oh, yeah. Medal ceremony giving experience to both Sabine and the Fleet Lieutenant. And it does look like he's using the set 2 Mandalorian themed experience tokens there. All right, so they have perhaps fixed the damage issue, though Wrecker should still have 3 damage on him and does not appear to. Okay, so then, yeah, so Ruthless Raider hitting Wrecker, I think that should actually kill Wrecker. And then 2 damage to the base. It looks like they have actually forgotten the damage on Wrecker, which is unfortunate. And that does matter quite a bit.
It does.
But thanks to Jango's ping, Wrecker is still exhausted, so at least he won't be able to swing this turn one way. But he should actually, or no. So yeah, no, that's right. So Wrecker would actually be on 1 HP left. He wouldn't be dead. That's right, because he hit
Yeah.
Jango, who only has 3 power, and then it was 2, so that was 5 damage. Should have 1 HP left. That's right. Thanks for the correction. Wait, don't kill me.
Yeah, it's not enough to stop the bleeding here. I'm pretty sure Jango is out because Sabine will just swing for lethal here.
Yeah, it doesn't look like there's an answer. The buffed Fleet Lieutenant and buffed Sabine swing in, even with Wrecker maybe having more health than he should. Wait, don't kill me says, no problem. The nerf Boba needed 1 less power. Yeah, if that had been Boba Fett instead of Jango Fett, Wrecker would be dead. But ultimately, Sabine and the Fleet Lieutenant, buffed up by that medal ceremony, were enough to close this out.
Yeah, Sabine Green still showing its legs and really getting the damage through, and in a very short order.
I said I thought this was a favored match for George, but that's that's not how it went in this first round. Let's see if Quinn can pick up another win after the sideboarding and so on and close out this match, or if George is going to get the win and send us to game 3. Endless, what would you be sideboarding in if you were George here? You've just taken a loss. You're trying to figure out how to counter this Sabine deck. What would you be looking for?
Man, it's kind of hard to stop the ambush from ECL. Like that was my big problem, right? Was my Jango got killed immediately. I mean, the only thing I can think of is that we need to go wider. Like just go wider, or I don't know what you do necessarily. Like, I mean, holdout blaster helps, but you don't play ground units.
Holdout blaster is a pretty good card for Jenga.
Yeah, you don't play ground units that well or that much in this deck. It's like it's weird. It's like it's trying to race in space. I mean, outmaneuver would be huge, because you have like no ground presence, right? So outmaneuver is huge.
Outmaneuver on the ground might have been just what George needed to buy some time against that crazy ground arena in the last game.
Absolutely.
The Next Gen Gaming says, big thanks to Maclunky Gaming for streaming. You guys are doing a fantastic job. Hey, thanks. I appreciate that. And I will say, Next Gen Gaming, you have some cool commentary on your channel as well, if you're the one that I'm thinking of. So shout out to you.
Yeah, how's it going? I've been talking to Josh a little bit, so
sweet.
That's Next Gen Gaming. So what's up, dude? It's good to see you.
Geladre, my apologies if I mispronounced that, has subscribed with Twitch Prime. And yeah, Next Gen Gaming says, yep, that's me. Thank you very much. Yeah, good to have you in the chat. Thank you to everyone for tuning in for this. I think this is the most viewers we've had on one of these Maclunky Gaming tournament streams. We're at 227 viewers right now, and people are excited to see what's going on here in this set 3 of Star Wars Unlimited TCG. Quinn's opening us up with Sabine ran Explosives Artist. Looks like George is not going to have a turn 1 play again, and Quinn fires off a Sabine ping.
So again, like I don't think the tactic of not playing your 2-drop if you have it is wise. Comes out again with the P38 on curve, pings Sabine down, so she can't attack this turn. I think that is a solid part of the game plan. But I mean, bricking having a 2-drop doesn't feel
But
good.
Quinn is going to fire off a For a Cause I Believe In. For a Cause I Believe In is a good card, but in my opinion, this is too early. You typically want to have that card as a closer, not as something you play early in the game, at least in
Yeah,
my experience as a Sabine player.
I agree. It's like sort of like I don't have any other turn 3 or turn 2, so I'm gonna just play it.
Yeah.
He finds a second For a Cause.
Yeah, and did he leave that? What did he
He
discard the
left it
whole
on top.
pile?
He discarded everything but the For a Cause.
Got it. Yeah, that's the first For a Cause in his discard pile. I don't know. This is a good start for George, even though he missed his turn 1 play. Quinn fires off the For a Cause, but doesn't develop his board, and then George uses Tarkintown to defeat that Sabine Explosives Artist.
Yeah, so George, slightly better board position going into turn 4 or turn 3, excuse me. The 4 resource turn. If I'm Jango right here, I'm looking for 2-drops in space, or maybe like a Phantom and a Daring Raid or something like that. I don't know, but
1
I
damage
would
to
be
each
looking.
base from Sabine's ping. We know
Yeah.
Quinn has another For a Cause I Believe In, though, so George has to be careful with damage on his base. He currently has 19 HP remaining, and I think every point is going to be a little precious when you know your opponent is playing Sabine and has that For a Cause.
Oh,
But
Force Choke
George has a
got her.
forced choke. Sabine hits the field and doesn't get a chance to attack. Not what you want to see for
Yeah.
Quinn.
How could I forget Force Choke? It's such an essential card against Sabine. And against most aggro if you're playing Villainy Red. Go ahead, sorry.
I think George reminded his opponent to take the draw there. That's good to do.
Good
Oh man,
sportsmanship.
Quinn brings out a Green Squadron A-Wing. That's not what you want. That unit is disadvantaged into this opposing P38. George takes the initiative, I think. And I don't think they actually moved the initiative token, but I believe that George has it. And now this P38 can clear that A-Wing before it gets a chance to attack. And because the A-Wing only has 3 power on offense, thanks to Raid 2, that P38 is going to stay on the field.
Yep, and that's exactly what he does.
No, wait.
Oh, wait.
Was it damaged? I think that should still be alive.
No, it should still be alive. It's Raid 2. Oops.
Yeah, I think he erroneously had. I mean, it's kind of funny. It's arguably actually better for George to have this outcome, even though it's not correct as I understand it, because
Right.
it does mean he gets to exhaust Small Sabine before she swings. But I believe that P38 should still be on the field here.
Yeah, I don't know how to deal with
Quinn
that.
plays
Poe
out
hits the
Poe
field.
Dameron, no ECL, just throwing him onto the field. George deploys Jango Fett.
I want to see another Vambrace
Yeah,
flamethrower
I
like
was
in
just
round 2.
thinking, are we going to see another one of those flamers there for Django to allow him to clear out Poe Dameron? That was a spicy play from Titanic in the previous game, but I believe the Vambrace flamethrower is not in hand here.
ISB, Daring Raid, kill.
ISB agent reveals Daring Raid. That's going to be 1 damage to. Yeah, so it's 1 damage to Poe. He then plays the Daring Raid for 2 more damage to Poe, and now he'll crash Django in for the kill. Yeah,
Yeah,
there
there
we
you
go.
go.
Now, Django does take 6 damage in that exchange. It's not free. He also had to spend 2 cards, but he cleared out that Poe Dameron, and he also plays out a Lurking TIE Phantom. George has a much stronger board at this point in the game.
Yeah, but the thing with doing this with Django is it leaves him vulnerable to getting ECL record.
And I do think we see that Wrecker in hand for Quinn Endless. I
Yeah,
think
we
the
see the.
middle card in that hand was Wrecker.
Yes, I mean you ECL in Wrecker overwhelm for 6. Like that seems like a good call. Kill the ISB agent.
Oh yeah, I mean you get a double kill there, and you get
Yeah,
5 damage on the base. No, 6
and
damage on the base.
yeah, he sees the line.
And
He's going to do exactly
there's the
that.
play. He's thinking about what resource to discard, ends up dumping a Darksaber. That's going to be 5 damage to the ISB agent, and Wrecker swings on in, defeats Jango, and sticks overwhelm damage to that base. That is a big swing in this game.
Man, overwhelm plus ambush, extremely powerful combination of keywords there.
Yeah.
It's one of the reasons Gore is so good.
I wonder if Quinn knew that he would want this ECL Wrecker play and intentionally did the kind of less exciting play with Poe Dameron where he just played him out on the field naturally. I think some players might have tried to hold Poe to ambush in with ECL and take out Jango, but Quinn, I think, may have saved his ECL for Wrecker, and if he did, I think he's getting a good result for it now. Some people in chat are discussing the previous Jango matches, and yeah, as the chat was saying, in round 1, Jango was defeated by Iden Blue. It was a 0-2, and in round 2, Jango was defeated 0-2 by an Anakin Blue. George is going to lead off this turn. No Good to Me Dead. Wrecker exhausted for 2 turns.
Love that. That's what you want to do, especially because you're kind of racing here. You're a little bit behind as George, but not by much.
Oh,
Darksaber.
Darksaber on small Sabine. But a P-38 comes out and pings her.
Nice. Well, that's exactly
Quinn,
what you want to do.
I just take the initiative here. I don't want to risk the opponent claiming. I don't take this Sabine ping. I just want to swing in for big damage. But
right,
no,
I just take initiative.
Oh, you know what? Actually, no. The ping makes a lot. The ping makes sense here because it does mean that Sabine swing is now lethal. I think.
Okay.
No, wait. No, he's off by 1. He's off by 1. It's still not lethal. But maybe he needs to do it like this so that he can swing and then ping, and that's lethal. I don't know. I think I would have just claimed and gone for the big swing. I believe he should still have a for a cause in hand that he could then close out. In general, Quinn has been using Sabine's ping a little more than I would personally, but I will also say Quinn is winning, so that might be quite valid. Looks like a Cartel Spacer comes out to exhaust Sabine. I think he put a damage on Sabine improperly there. I don't think she should actually be damaged from that.
Yeah, I don't know what pinged her there.
I think we're not entirely sure. Not entirely sure what happened there.
We're either going to see Wing Leader or for a cause. Here's for a cause.
It is. Good call, unless that was we can't quite see the cards being flipped. The first one is a Battlefield Marine, so that's 1 damage. Oh, nice. Yeah. Claire, did you just change the camera to see those cards? That's awesome. I think it was a 4-for-4 hit there. Thank you for your support, Claire. It is, as always, much appreciated here. 4 damage to base, only 4 HP. I don't think George can win this, man.
Yeah.
What is it? Both of these units are lethal if they get a chance to swing. It's looking really bad. Now, wait a minute. He has 7 on board. No, but he doesn't have it. There's the handshake. Jango Red was a hyped up deck going into this tournament, but we've now seen Jango Red lose 3 matches in a row on stream.
Thanks for watching and supporting Maclunky Gaming. Don't forget to like and subscribe. See you next time.